This is Andy from Helloween, and I'm so glad that I will see you much earlier than anticipated. I will see you in April on the Masters of Rock, Bogotá. Be there. I'll be there, definitely. So see you. Ciao, ciao.
Hola amigos de Órbita Rock, mi nombre es Tatiana Duarte y el día de hoy tengo un invitado de lujo, es ANDI DERIS, vocalista de la banda Helloween. Estaremos esta tarde conversando un poco acerca de su trayectoria, de Helloween como una de las bandas insignes y más importantes del power metal de la historia. También estaremos hablando un poco acerca de su gira que próximamente viene a Latinoamérica, que estará en Colombia el 15 de abril, participando en el festival Monsters of Rock. Oh, Andy, thank you very much for this space. First of all, we want to greet you, to say thank you, and we are very excited to have you here, to have Halloween again in our country. You are coming to Bogotá on April the 15th.
Yes, at this time it will be hot in your country and not cold.
Yeah, at this moment it's raining and it's very cold.
Okay. That's probably still warm, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, because the last two times we always had like the bad luck to be in a very cold weather in Bogotá. And
yeah,
I remember running down to the reception of the hotel, saying, "Where's the freaking heater? I'm freezing my nuts up." And they were like, "We are all out of heaters. Everybody's asking for heaters."
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But we hope that when you come, the weather is going to be better for you.
Yeah, it is April, so it should be summer, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it's kind of a summer.
We'll complain anyway. Then it's too hot.
So I would like to talk a little precisely about this new tour that we are having with you in Latin America. So how do you feel coming back, returning to Latin America less than a year, because you recently were here and the reception of people is very massive?
Yeah, always happy to be back. And I just told you even more than now it's summer time. We're not freezing our nuts up this time.
Yeah.
It was very unusual, I have to say, when you go to South America and actually need a coat because it's too cold. It's the cold. Very close as well. Anyway, so this time I'm super happy because also, I finally enjoy the summer because we have many days in between, so always there's that free time to enjoy it. It should be great and to finally have some free days to also get to know a little bit of the country. I mean, I remember last time I've seen only Bogotá Hotel.
Yeah.
And that's an airport. So that's a shame. I've been often in Bogotá, so I enjoy it because you got so many new parts of the city, so many new buildings. And I may compare it because the first time I visited Bogotá was 1996. So I've seen all the changes there. I've seen Bogotá becoming a modern city with super nice and shiny things suddenly, which hadn't been there in 1996. I mean, I remember back in 1996, there was like the most shiny city was probably Medellin. And this time it's definitely Bogotá. So lots of things happened in the country. That's what I mean. And I'm happy to have witnessed it,
Exactly. Yeah, not only you come and be in the concert and then you go, but you don't know the city, you cannot make a tour.
Very often it's like that way. So last time it was again more or less that way. Before that, I remember I had lots of time in Bogotá, and I was running up and down the city for having good cigars, and it was worth it. But probably my promoter was nearly wishing me to hell for that. But it was nevertheless, it was a great occasion to get to know the city, running through the city, back and left and up and down, and you have a certain, a certain knowledge. Is a great memory then when you're back home, and you can talk to whoever comes from Colombia and say, yeah, I was in Bogotá. I was like, oh, I've been in Bogotá, and this part, people, yeah, I've seen that too. That's what I like, talk about the world with people who know the city a little bit as well. And there's always, or most of the time, there's a common thing that everybody enjoys, like a common restaurant or what. So
Yeah. Oh, I feel so happy to listen about that, because I know that many artists don't have the opportunity to know the places where they go.
Yeah.
And
that's a shame.
That's the shame.
But then again, what can you do? I mean,
yeah. But
sooner or later, I mean, we would always prefer to spend 3 or 4 days in a great city.
okay.
Like, wouldn't it be great to always have 3 or 4 days in Bogotá, for example?
Yeah.
But then again, the management comes and calculates and says, well, it's 4 days paying the crew, 4 days hotels, 4 days no game because you don't play, so you don't earn money. And you go like, oh, fuck, yeah, then let's move on.
We have to continue working.
Yeah, and that's the shame. So to finally have a great balance now is a great chance to play the Monsters of Rock in South America, because in between the Monsters of Rock, you now have a few days to enjoy and get to know the cities. And that's the great thing about festivals.
You have worked, you have good synergy on the stage in your concerts with Michael, Kiske, and Kay. But what is it like for you to share the recording of an album with them for the first time? You're like on your latest album, Helloween, from 2021.
Well, it's definitely a new experience, but then again, I have to say, it's like in the Like situation, you suddenly don't have to sing everything. So it's not a walk in the park, but it's definitely super relaxed in comparison to having your own 2-hour show. So sometimes, depending on your, how did you sleep last night? How do you feel? How's your health? Sometimes 2 hours can be long. If you have a sniff or flu going on, you still have to go on stage.
Yeah.
Now having Michael Kiske in the band, he would probably tell you the same thing. It's only half of the work.
Yeah.
Or a little bit more because we have lots of things together, but it's nearly not as much work as being alone. Sometimes.
Exactly.
Sometimes you pray for 5 minutes rest when you're having a flu or something like that, but you don't have it because you're the only singer.
Excellent.
But now Michael, it's wow, okay, you can go back, you have 5 minutes break, he's singing a song, and then you're having all the energy to go on.
Exactly.
I do remember times when I had to go on stage with a flu or with a sniff or whatever. It's like,
it's so horrible.
Ahead of Rio. But singers or 2.5, Michael's always saying.
Yeah. Well, that's a good experience.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And also for the album.
Yeah.
The album is sung much, much quicker, certainly, because your part is only 60% of the album. Michael has 60% of the album because you have 20% overlapping where both are singing, or on this album it's even more. Kai has his part. So yeah, it gives you a bit more freedom, a bit more coolness.
Yeah.
And that's nice.
Can we say that the name of the last album of Helloween comes precisely from this meeting?
Yeah, you could say so. You could say so because everybody was realizing that this would be a nice form to go on into the future. For us singers, it's definitely very luxurious. For the drummer, it's not so luxurious. For the bass player, because bass and drums are for themselves. So if the band is playing 2 or 3 hours of show, the drummer is nearly suicidal tendency, kind of there.
Yeah.
Also, bass player same, so they have to take care of them much. But for the rest of the band, like the guitarists, there are 3 guitarists. If one guitarist doesn't feel good, doesn't matter. It's still a good show. And for the singers, we had it like last month. I had to sing the whole show because Michael was completely fucked up.
Oh my God.
So I don't want to do that very often, but it's possible. So I had to sing 3 shows just by myself. It works. It's not as much fun, certainly, but you can do that. But it's nothing that we actually want to do in the future. So actually, we want to stay the way we are.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
Yeah.
And we're not getting younger, so
Yeah, we have to take that into account because obviously we as fans, we want you to be singing all the time, but we sometimes forget that you're humans, and sometimes, of course, you get exhausted and you are doing many presentations and in different places, different countries, you get tired. Of course.
For us, it's definitely a wonderful thing. It keeps you a little bit more calmed down and relaxed because, even if I am, for example, if I'm not feeling great or my voice is fucked up or whatever, there's Michael, and Michael vice versa knows, if I'm fucked up, there's always an Andy. Trying to help each other.
Yeah.
Very often Michael is calling me on stage, please sing this, please sing that.
Yeah.
That's actually when Keep Up the 7 Keys suddenly became a duet.
Exactly.
Michael always asked me for help. So I jumped in, actually in the middle of a drink. I have to sing, okay? He needs my help. So up on stage. And fortunately, I know all the lyrics because the last year I had to sing anything.
Of course.
So, and that's cool. That's cool. If I can help him, I'm super happy, and vice versa. I know he's going to help me.
Yeah, that's very
Whatever he can.
interesting.
I mean, he cannot help me that much because that lazy motherfucker is not learning the lyrics.
Oh, Andy, you're so funny. It's nice to talk to you. Well, what about this? We had to pass for a difficult time in the 2020, and I would like to know if this new album is partly a product of that quarantine of the.
Oh, no. Offer. We finished it when the lockdown here in Spain. This was March 2020. Yep.
Yeah.
And during the lockdown, we already have been in the final mixdown for the album.
Ah, okay.
Well, the album was actually recorded in 2019, and the final mix we did on March 2020. And I remember Michael still was here singing his last songs.
Okay.
When there was this news flash everywhere, there's some virus going on, blah, 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 but nobody knew exactly what it will become.
Yeah.
So shortly before the final lockdown, Michael was flying back to Hamburg.
Okay.
So, and then the shit hit the fan. It's okay.
So basically, you did it before. It was not during the pandemic time.
No, the only thing which was still in the pandemic time, in the lockdown, was Michael Weiker's last 2 solos.
Ah, okay.
So we were already in the mixdown, and we've been connected to USA. We mixed it in America.
Yeah.
But we were linked with internet, so
Okay.
we did not have to fly over. And I remember during the mixdown, Michael was still playing the last 2 solos, and he needed a special permission from the police that he may travel the 18 kilometers from Puerto de la Cruz
Okay.
from my house.
Wow.
So he needed a special permission for like guitars of Halloween, and that's why the lockdown can't kiss my ass. I need to go to the studio. So
Yeah.
that was funny. And
Oh,
actually, the producer and I, we did not even realize that there's a lockdown. The lockdown was, for me, the lockdown was one day, because it was one day after the final production, after the mix,
yeah.
that we finally had fresh air and said, well, it's down. What's going on? What do we do? Where do we go tonight? I said, we don't go anywhere tonight because we're still in lockdown. I said, what lockdown? So we did not even realize.
Of course.
When you're caught in the studio, it's like a prison anyway. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Okay. Well, 16 studio albums you have made. So, yeah. And you are one of the most important bands in power metal. What is the main inspiration behind the Halloween lyrics?
Boom. I think a bit of philosophy, personal. If I talk for my lyrics, on what could be in the future, what should be, what would be nice to have in the future, what is my nightmare in the future, and that's what all this little things together becomes maybe a good idea for lyrics. Like, for example, the fear of the fallen song.
Yeah.
This is more or less a bit of religion, a bit of philosophy, a bit of past, and a bit of crystal ball.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Not very often, but sometimes things that I witnessed or little adventures of mine, like Lost in America on the God Feeling Mary album. Basically everything, like
Yeah. Life in general.
yeah, life in general, like everybody. I think. I mean, you get up in the morning, and for some reasons you have a good mood.
Yeah.
For some reason you have a bad mood. You know, it's
Right.
just like hormones.
Also could be.
You know, and this is also driving you to write positive lyrics today and negative tomorrow.
Exactly.
We are not perfect, and how boring would we be if we would be each and every day the same person with good mood or bad mood, and
Or bad mood.
how bad is the 24 hours honest life asshole? I mean, you know. But sometimes being an asshole is very interesting.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, we're just human. So all my fears, all my happiness, but come on, like Nova said, like philosophy thing, everything is fine.
Yeah.
Cosa que no quiero hablar en español porque durante entrevistas siempre me siento nervioso.